Hi, everyone. Oh, yeah, we are close, Garrett.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a very close shot. Look at me trying to back up on the couch a little bit. Yeah. It's funny how in this, it looks so much different than here.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah. Okay. Lots of good stuff to talk about. I am going to put my glasses on. Hi, Lori. Hi, makeup expert. Hi, Betty. Let's see, who else? Lori, makeup expert. Betty, Rhonda. Hi. Good to have you tonight, Rhonda. We're going to wait for a few people to join. It feels like it's been a while since we've had a chance to visit. Last time was before Mother's Day. So I'm wondering how everybody's day was. I know not everybody out there is a mom, but hopefully that day you were able to celebrate someone you love, somebody that was like a mother figure, or you were celebrated in some way. I had a very, very nice Mother's Day. We got David in Detroit. We have Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Hi, David. A lot of good stuff. Oh, it's been a good week. My son and his wife had their baby. It finally happened. It was funny because my daughter-in-law's name is Malia. Hi, Small Lemon. Hi, David. My daughter-in-law, it's their fourth child. Hi, Joanne. Welcome to the room. And it's funny because her name is Malia, and she has been saying, I just know that I'm going to have this baby on Mother's Day. Like there's one day of the year that everything is surrounding and celebrating motherhood. And she just said, I know it's going to happen on Mother's Day. And then I'm going to have a birthday and Mother's Day to celebrate. And it didn't happen Mother's Day, but baby Bane was born the following morning, and he's beautiful and healthy. And my daughter-in-law gives birth naturally. And when I say naturally, like they've got to convince her to take a little bit of oxygen. She feels really strongly about it. She's done a beautiful job all 4 births. She did it again this time. And then after giving birth, she'll take just Tylenol. I'm begging for Tylenol with a headache. So where she gets like that internal power and the ability is remarkable to me. She's such a good mom. And this beautiful baby is so darling. He's got a head full of black hair and blue eyes and my son's nose, and all of their children have my son's nose. And he's just beautiful. So baby Bane, they named him Bane Broderick, has made his way to the world and to this wild family. Hi, Tammy and Terry. Welcome to the room. Betty Lou. Hi, I'm so glad you're here tonight. Oh, Deborah says, hello, looking forward to the show and some beauty products. Yes, I have some new stuff tonight that I haven't had a chance to share with you. And then I want to do a follow-up because I had a hair appointment. So I want to circle back to Grow Back and just give you guys a little bit of an update on my journey and just talk about that one more time. So hi, Lively Flower, Gummy Dips. Hi, everyone. It's so funny because, hi, Terry. I see the names. I see who's joined the room. And then I see all these other names. Like mine would be something like Crazy Cupcake or who knows what. And then like Radiant Squash. I always think, Radiant Squash. I know that they're automatically given, but then I'm trying to reconcile what's their real name. Punctual Heather. Never a name I've been called my whole life. So thank you. Cindy Ann and Maria are here. Sandy is here. Hi, both of you. Lots of you joining in. Radiant Squash, it's interesting that you put a little sunshine on your on the chat that you're using. Radiant Squash is Excited Onion. Okay. Cold Cider. Hi from Toronto. Hello. Precise Lunch. Hi, Heather. Hi there. Joanne says, I've been on the Gut Renew bar. Garrett, can you do me a favor? Will you grab that wrapper?
Yep.
Sitting on the countertop.
Which one?
The empty one. I got to show you something, Joanne. You and me both. I just scarfed this down in like 3 minutes before the show because I needed a snack. So you and me both. Tammy says, hello, welcome to your new grandson. Congrats to the whole family. Radiant Squash says, were you saying something about sunshine? It's my ADD brain. Yes, I was. 2 of the new products that I'm going to share tonight are actually the sunscreen, the tinted sunscreen. And the tanning serum. I'm so excited. So excited about this. So yes, we're going to chat some beauty this evening. And I'm going to continue to say hi to everybody. Thank you, Shannon. I've missed all of you too. I was saying at the top, it feels like it's been a long time. I tanned today with the tanning serum. It's the best. Yes, yes, yes. Can you guys hear this? When I was looking at the ingredients, the color, the way that it balances to your own body's pH, the South of France technology. Yes, yes, yes. Also wearing the tinted sunscreen October, from May till October here in Canada. Same. But so when you put that sunshine up, I was like, oh, that's funny. A couple of things that I chose to talk about tonight are related to skin health, wellness, and then doing the best we can to look radiant and dewy and glow, and being healthy while we do it. I also love the sunscreen. It's been a great experience for me. So I'm going to take care of a little bit of business first. We have options. The things I'm going to talk about are Grow Back, because we've got a sale. It's 50% off. It's a great deal. You're going to buy 2, get your first month free. We've always said it takes around 3 months for hair concerns to kind of start to be addressed. So I'm going to do a little recap on Grow Back, and I'm going to tell you more about my personal journey because I've been here now for 3 months and I've been using Grow Back for 3 months. So I can give you an update, and I want to tell you about my stylist appointment this week. So do you want to cover, and I really enjoy making you part of the show because I'm going to talk about all of it tonight. So let's start voting. Do you want me to cover the sunscreens and the tanner? Because there's a ton of great information on all of these. That'll be half the show. Half the show is going to be an update on the Grow Back journey, some things that I've learned along the way, some tips and tricks that I have that felt right for me, and then just kind of reiterate some of the sale pricing. Yes, Hairbrush is awesome. I love it. Busy Pasta, you know what? Thank you for asking that in such a respectful way. Busy Pasta says, are you ever going to do anything on skincare, or is it a conflict of interest? Here's what's interesting about that. I really like that you asked me that way. Thank you. Technically, and I love being 100% transparent, technically, per my contracts, because I only work with, for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Heather. Nice to meet you. I was a home shopping television host for 14 years. And in that journey, I met thousands of brands. I've worked with over 3,000 brands. I've actually launched over, I think, 1,500 beauty brands alone, or I've helped companies launch them. And I made a decision to leave that industry several years ago. And part of the reason that I made that decision is because I no longer agreed. I wasn't aligned anymore with the network and the direction they were going in the products. And there was just things that I wasn't aligned with, and it didn't feel right to me anymore. Nights, weekends, holidays. But the big part was I wanted to talk about products that I would want my mom and my daughters and my grandmother to buy. And I didn't want a job in sales. I wanted to do something that's educationally based. And I wanted to share my personal experience on things that have authentically worked for me, and things that I know wholeheartedly. And so I only work with 2 beauty brands, and I do spokesperson work for multiple different companies, and I own my own media company. So that's what I do now. But I only work with brands that I authentically love. So I work with 2 beauty companies and 2 brands right now. And that's why this question was asked of me. And so I work with Suzanne's company, and I've been here for 2.5 months. I met Suzanne many years ago when I was a home shopping television host. We hit it off. I loved her. I loved her brand. I loved everything about her and her authenticity. Her husband, Alan, reached out to me around 8 months ago when we first started talking about their some things that were happening internally where they were going to look to expand the business and bring in additional people. They were going to continue to have family, but also expand the business. And for a while, I was like, I don't know, would it be a conflict of interest? And it took me a little while to say, yes, I do want to do this. So I appreciate you asking me if it's a conflict of interest, because I do work with another beauty brand. And what I realized is I don't personally only use one brand, but I do use 99.9% two brands, this one and the other brand that I work with. So my legal answer per contracts and things like that for me and my partnerships, no, I could talk about everything. I am not, I have the ability and professionally and the knowledge and all of that to talk about all of those things with both companies. What I am waiting on is I have used their brand for several years. And I have been back with this company and used pieces for several years. And part of that time, I just wasn't using it like I was the other brand because I was there full time. And so for me, it doesn't feel very authentic initially for me to come out and give an education on something that I haven't really, really fully experienced. And so to me, it felt like a conflict of interest. As I'm learning and I'm onboarding and I'm training, and I feel completely confident in the way that I'm able to educate, I will be going that direction should everything stay the way that it is right now. So that's my answer. And thank you for the kind way that you asked me about that question. I love your transparency. It's refreshing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Somebody says you're capable and engaging beauty line. Oh, well, thanks. I did it for a very long time and I love it. I love, love, love it. And I also want to say, because Joanne mentions here, both brands are amazing. You know what? They are. And if you think of both brands are family-owned businesses. They are authentically leader-driven. Both the brands have a massive amount of specialists behind them, highly educated, highly revered, highly respected. They have morals and values in their brands from the top all the way down that I believe in, and they align with my personal morals and values. Their quality is incredible. They're unsurpassed. So for me, it's not just, oh, this worked really well for me. Where I am in my life and where I am in my career is it not only has to work well for me, but it also has to be something that I feel great telling my mom about and great telling my daughters about and great telling people. I think you're going to be happy with this. And for my personal purchasing, I want to also know about the company and I want to know the story behind the company. So because I personally know both of these companies so well and I do wholeheartedly believe in them, like tonight, I'm going to talk about sunscreen. Both companies have sunscreen. And I can't wait to do this. It's a tinted mineral. The other one does as well. So now I've been here long enough that I can fully embrace and educate from both sides. And I feel very fair and equitable about it. So that is why you haven't seen a lot of beauty yet. And her brand, if you've gone online and looked at her website, from the supplements to the hair care, to the tanning, to the brushes, to the makeup, to there is a lot to learn. And she was so authentic, Suzanne, and so passionate about giving a great education that I didn't feel that I could really service and respect her legacy until I'm able to do the same thing. And obviously I haven't been around as long as some of the other people. So I'm still working my way towards that. But that was something that's really important to me. So long answer. You're welcome, Lively Flower. Cotton Gal is here. Lori is here. Hi, everyone. All right, now we've got lots and lots of you here. So can everybody start? Let me just scan back here real quick. Sunscreen, half and half, sunscreen and tanner. All right, yes. All right, you've spoken. I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, Cool Lime. Garrett, this one just went blank. Yeah, but okay, so far things are good. I'm glad you're here. You know what? The only time I'm ever punctual is actually for you. Every one of the other people. Well, Shannon, hold on just a second, girl. So I know them, but I still got the notes. the ingredients, especially on some of these things, that's a good segue for me, Shannon. I don't have to read from the notes because I understand them pretty well, but Monk's pepperberry is not an ingredient story I've told before. So anyways, let's get into skin protection, sun protection, and how they all work together. And I want to start, first of all, with protecting our skin. And listen to this statistic. In the chat, if you're there, I want you guys to get ready to enter a guess, okay? And if some of you maybe have heard me present products similar to this, so you might know the answer right away. But I'm going to start with sunscreen. What percent of visible aging do you think the sun and environmental aggressors attached to the sun are responsible for? What percent of aging do you feel the sun and environmental aggressors are responsible for? Oh, fun citrus. Chili mango, radiant squash, active tea. Oh, you guys are good. Okay, so chili mango. Did you know that, or have you heard me say that before? 90% of visible aging is due to effects of the sun and environmental aggressors. 90%. Guessed. Holy moly. Right. So let that absorb for a second. 90% of visible aging. If you are not doing something to help protect your skin from the sun and those environmental aggressors, you can set aside 90% of the skincare because it only has a 10% chance of working. And it's not the most fun. It's not the most demonstrable. It's not like the, oh my gosh, she's going to talk about sunscreen. I can't wait. We don't feel that way. I don't anyways, about sunscreen. But once I started to hear that statistic and I thought, oh my gosh, think of the eye creams and the serums and the moisturizers and the baseball caps. And for any of you that do go to med spas or derms, or if you're getting lasers or microdermabrasion or peels, all the money that we're spending on all of those things, you have a 10% chance, 10% of what's going to benefit if you're not doing something to protect your skin. Now that we've got that established, and I hope I don't sound preachy, but that was a real aha moment for me. Like it just clicked for me when I found that out. And then I went online and I found the source of it and I really researched it, and it's true. They actually say over 90%. So if you're not doing something to protect your skin, everything else that you're doing after that and all the money that we're spending is just not going to be as effective. Let me start with the tinted mineral sunscreen. It is broad spectrum, which means it will satisfy UVA and UVB, which means the cancer-causing rays and the sun-burning rays. Broad spectrum is both of them coming together. Tammy says, I believe it because I laid in a long time and now I don't hardly get in anymore. I use all the products to protect me. Now, good for you, Tammy. You've got to jump on it. Janice, I know, 90%. It's almost like sometimes I need something that just is like a slap to make me go, oh, all right. Because I was all excited to go buy another foundation, or I was all excited about a new eyeshadow. But I guess maybe I should invest in this so that I actually like how the other things look on me, or so I'm actually alive to see how the other things look on me. UVA, UVB, a lot of times people throw terms out like broad spectrum, and then you're at home thinking, well, what does that mean? So it's going to cover all of the UVA and the UVB rays. We want something that does not have chemicals in it. If you've used sunscreens before that are like sports sunscreen and they're getting in your eyes and they're burning your eyes and things like that, most likely it is one of the top reasons that people have sensitivity. And also, I just don't want to use the chemicals like I used to use at all. So not only are we using a zinc oxide, it's 22% zinc oxide, and think of that, zinc oxide is very white. It works fabulous and we love it. It's great. Not everybody uses an organic form. Ours is organic. It's organic and toxic free. So there's that. And then zinc oxide comes with its own issues. It's white. How many of us have gone on vacation? We put our sunscreen on and then we think, wow, like that family photo of my face is Casper, my body, okay, but what happened? And it's the zinc oxide. So what Suzanne did is she has taken some of her mineral makeups and those pigments and those ingredients and combined it with the zinc oxide. Now, it's important to know as you order, my coupon code, I do want to say, my coupon code is still active. It's Heather15, and that'll get you 15% off on top of the sale prices. Like Growback is 50% off. A bunch of things are already on sale. You'll also notice I don't spend a ton of time talking about price. I know a lot of people do. To me, you all know what you want to spend. You're able. No, in my mind, people aren't going to run to buy something just because it's on sale. So my preferred form of communication is really more to educate and let you make the decision on the value and if that value feels right for the education that you were given. So sometimes I don't catch all the sale prices and things like that because, to be completely transparent, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the information on the product. Now, when they tell me, hey, everything from our Mother's Day boutique was an extra 30% off, and then you can combine your coupon code, then I'm like, oh, all right, yes, I want to talk about that. But just so you know, Growback is 50% off. And then the items that are on sale, you can still use my Heather15 code if you've not used it yet. Active T said, I would have guessed that diet, genes, and stress were top reasons for premature aging. I would have too. But it depends on how you're looking at aging. 90% of visible aging. So internally, yes, but visible aging is what we're talking about. We're talking about how great the sunscreen is. Valid Spinach says, I love this sunscreen. So the purpose of the tint in our sunscreen is to block out the white of the zinc oxide. It's colored sand or bronze. If you're medium to light, I want you to get the sand. If you're medium to dark, I want you to get the bronze. Now, we as a society are not two colors, obviously. So this is not meant to mimic or replace a foundation. It's not like it's going to be an exact match. The color is meant to block the zinc oxide and to block the white. Okay, so I'm going to show you both colors. Hold on a second. What do we say? All of Suzanne's product lasts a very long time. A little bit goes a long way. When I compare what I've spent to how much mileage I get out of Suzanne's, it's 100%. I agree with you. That's also both brands that I work with are clean beauty brands. And with clean beauty, you do get a big bang for your buck because you're not using a whole bunch of fillers. Garrett, can you take these off for me? These are samples that the company sent me, not mine. Sure. So, see, when you're a studio host, there's somebody that's called a visual aid that actually peels all those things off for you. So I get out here to educate all of you, and I'm like, shoot, no one's here to open it for me anymore. And my bottles, trust me, you don't want to see. They're all full of the product on the outside, and they're messy. Very informative. Thank you, Janice. Okay. So Betty Lou says, hey, Garrett. He says, hi, Betty Lou. I'm glad. Who said that about the value? Radiant. Yes, Radiant Squash. I'm glad you said that because right now I'm looking down here and the sunscreen's $44.99. And some people might be like, I can go to Walgreens and get something for $9.99. It's not going to be the same ingredients. It's not going to be the same efficacy. It's not going to be the same thickness. It's not going to be there's so many things that are different. Shannon says, hey, Garrett, how's your brother? So keep in mind, if you haven't used my coupon code, you can still get another 15% off. But I'm going to show the shades. Shake it up. When they ship me product, I'm up north in Minnesota and it comes all the way from California. So I got to shake it. Okay. Here's the consistency and the colors. There's the sand. This is completely non-comedogenic. It has acetyl tetrapeptide, which is going to help to maintain your collagen and elastin fibers. So there's some really great active ingredients as well. There is allotonin, which is an anti-irritant for skin protection. There's a moisture magnet in this as well that helps to draw extra moisture in. So this is not a traditional chemical exfoliant. We're using that zinc oxide. And then there's some mineral tint also. So here's the color differences. By the way, for foundations and things like that, I do, for the concealer, I do the medium to dark. And then for the foundation, I go between honey and sand. So if that kind of gives you an idea. So somebody is saying, I'm in Canada, even with the brutal dollar exchange and extra shipping, it's still worth it. Yes. Oh, cruelty free too. Thank you for reminding me. I agree. Lori says, can you use it on children? So here's the deal with making recommendations for children. Because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pediatrician, I'm not qualified to make recommendations for what's safe and what isn't safe on children. And you will find throughout all beauty brands that the FTC warrants and monitors the verbiage around that, because it's you can't sell to children. So what I will always say is, if you're under 18, check with a doctor first. I will say I would use this on my children and I would use it on my grandchildren personally, because it's certified organic, it's toxic free, everything in this is clean. But I cannot recommend it for children. I hope that makes sense. Active T, Heather, I'll be 74 this year, and I cannot believe how many people my age are getting surgery to remove cancerous and precancerous spots on face, scalp, and back. Years ago, sunscreen wasn't a priority. People, please use it. I couldn't agree with you more, Active T. And you know what I found? And then here's the other color. So you can see right away, like, I could use either of these. It's really, really, really like absorbs quickly. It's going to color correct because of that mineral aspect. Here's the difference on the skin. It pretty much goes away. But I have some interesting statistics on sunscreen and sunscreen use. Do you know that I'm 52, that our generation, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, is one of the last that doesn't or didn't prioritize sunscreen. Like my 25-year-old daughter, that age group, for her, this is non-negotiable. It just is. Like, remember back in the day when we would lay out in the sun before we knew better, and it was like baby oil was the non-negotiable, right? Or whatever it was. And I'm so happy about that, because I think of this next generation, to your point, Active T, like I that connects, and I'm really excited and proud. And you know, with the internet now, there's so much more opportunity for education, for people to more understand exactly how and why these things are important. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I would not need to say more than 2 words for my daughter, either daughters, to say, yes, that's a need. Both of my girls wear sunscreen every day, all the time, not because I told them to, but because as we've changed and as our overall education has changed in the beauty industry, they've just recognized that it's critical and it's important. Now, people of our generation needed a little more firm. 90% of visible aging is if you're not wearing sunscreen. So tons of people on the chat right now are talking about how great it is. The value is there. Joanne says, which one would you recommend for olive skin? I'm a 57-year-old Italian. Joanne, I'm pretty dark. I have Native American. And I, I would buy the bronze. Let me show you one more time on my skin. Okay. Now keep in mind, I have been using the golden tanning serum a little bit, but I would buy the bronze if I was you. Sun-In for the hair. Cold cider. Does that bring back memories? Garrett, did you ever use Sun-In? Okay, so Sun-In was this product that had us convinced that you could buy a bottle and you could spray it on your hair. And on the commercials, they would show these golden, beautiful highlights. And then when you really did it, you would get like orange streaks or splotches. So what it did is it like bleached your hair. But y'all remember, I mean, the commercials were like flowy, gorgeous hair. And then I would sun in this dark hair, and it was not that experience, Sun-In. Okay, look, everybody is saying bronze. So I would buy the bronze. This is the bronze on me. Sand, I would go medium to light. Anything past a medium skin tone, buy the bronze. Okay, done, educated. Please get your sunscreen before the lipstick and the foundation and all the fun stuff. We need you alive and present to enjoy any other product that you might want to get. So please buy the sunscreen. They're both in stock. They are fully loaded. I was told by the organization that this is a product that does cycle for availability, just like Growback. Like they're like, it sells out and then it takes us a while. So here we go. Sunscreen done. If you want another 15% off, use my coupon code Heather15. Next, this is just a little more fun. Let's talk about getting a golden glow. Would you grab that scrub for me, Garrett? I forgot that one over there. Getting a golden glow in a way that is safe, powerful, efficient, doesn't make you look like an Oompa Loompa, and works really well, Garrett. Same, I just got the sample from the company. Yeah. Are you kidding? My peppermint one's almost gone already. Yes. Okay, move this, move that. There we go. Okay. Want to make sure I've got all the information. And I want to give you a few different items that I'm going to talk about. So I want to talk with you. Did you bring that back here, Garrett? The scrub? Yeah. I want, just, will you open the top? Yeah, I used to bring my own personal stuff out, but then it was all gunky and like gross. So Garrett's helping me open some packages. I'm going to get into this product because it's great. And if you love a golden glow and you want something that's like very, like, looks very, very natural, this is an excellent product. And when you're looking at value, there are bottles like this that are foam that when you break down just the product, you're getting like that much product for more than this. So $49 for how this product works, in my opinion, is an absolute steal. But before you start self-tanning, it's really important, if you haven't been taught this, that you've hydrated your skin and that your skin is even, that there's not dry patches like rough elbows or dry skin or flaky skin. As we age, remember, our body stops turning over our skin cells as fast as it did. This is general terminology in the world of beauty. When we're in our 20s and our 30s, we're shedding our skin every 20 to 30 days. 40s and 50s, and again, very general terms, 40 to 50 days. 60s and 70s, 60 to 70 days. So as we age, when we're looking at ourselves, we're not crazy, and it's not just that our vision is going bad. We look more dull. We have to exfoliate more often. If I give this bottle to my 25-year-old daughter and her 52-year-old mom uses the same product, we won't have the same results unless we have exfoliated and like released that fresh skin. She might want to use this. She might not. I need to use this because my skin cells are shedding every 50 days. Her skin cells are still shedding like they are in her 20s. That's why their skin is softer. It's more supple. Their bodies naturally exfoliate. The scrubs, that's the thing too about aging. And it's a privilege to get to this place. At one point in our lives, things like this are a luxury, and they smell good and they feel good, and we've got 50 different scents. And then you start to realize, the more educated you are, well, wait a minute, for me to get all the value out of this, if I'm not doing this, I'm not going to have the same result. But you don't know that unless you're educated in the fact that you should be exfoliating. And at our ages, a washcloth can exfoliate, yes, but there's a lot of other ways to exfoliate. And as long as we're going to do it, it might as well smell great. Here we go. This is our incredible, beautiful peppermint. So peppermint is going to soothe, decompress, make sore feet feel great. Have your loved one or you massage it into your shoulders. It's going to feel invigorating and fresh and like it's just so good. So you have a peppermint cream. What you're getting in there is organic sugar and organic peppermint, Sugar is a great body exfoliant because it gets in. The granule sizes aren't overly aggressive. It's not like we're still using those kernels. Do you remember the apricot kernels that we like scrub half our face off? We don't want to do that. We don't want to mess with the biome, like the barrier of our skin. That's very important that we keep what's naturally there, our lipids and moisturization. We desperately have to hold on to what's already there. So we don't want to strip the skin. We don't want to over process our skin so that it throws our oil glands and it throws our body into thinking, oh, okay, now all of a sudden my skin is very dry, produce more oil. So it's a delicate balance. We talk about that with Gut Renew a lot. Your skin also has a microbiome and a balance to it. So in here, you're going to find shea butter. That is like, look at, this is all natural, clean, toxic-free, certified organic. And with sugar products, Garrett, I am off my game. A little towel or water or something. I wasn't going to demonstrate this, but I want to. Yeah, that's great. And then just a little tiny bowl of water. I didn't think I was going to demonstrate this, but I want to. So this is going to be, it's going to help cleanse the skin. It's going to help resurface and polish the dead skin cells off. It's going to nourish and hydrate the skin immediately with clean organic ingredients. And remember, when you're coming out of the shower, your pores are open. Everything is released. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Everything is released. And that's the best time for your body to take in the moisturizer. So like when you get out, you're going to pat your body dry. It's going to feel great. I love the peppermint cream. Sea salt. Oh, sea salt is also a great way to do it. I love it. Betty Lou, Janice, Lively Flower, Chili Mango. Tons of you are saying how much you like this product. You get like this in the bath or the shower. Oh my gosh, it is a experience. Not only is it going to help your skin look smoother, feel softer, but it's also this great immersive feeling. Now, how much do we need it? I'm going to take this. There's two ways you can use it. And let me know if someone's already covered this a million times. You can use this spa treatment. Yes, Joanne. You can use this dry or wet. If you use it on your skin dry, that's going to be more of a gommage experience, which is a European exfoliating experience. If you want to wet your skin and then do it, the sugar is going to melt slightly faster. It's going to be a faster experience. But if you feel bumpy arms or you feel like you need to really get your blood flow going and moving, try a gommage scrub. Try getting in the shower. You can run the shower, turn it off, and get in while it's a little steamy, and just that amount of steam will be enough. Take the product, and I'm going to do it for you right now on dry skin, and you put it onto dry skin. You can hear that? What I'm doing is I'm melting the sugar with my body's natural heat. I am releasing the shea butter. I'm releasing the minerals. I'm releasing that fresh peppermint. You can see how hard I scrubbed, and it's not red. It's not irritated at all. Janice is saying it's gentle on cuticles as well. So great for manis, pedis, all of those things. Yes, I love that idea, Janice. Hi, Wisdom Lady. Good to have you. I'm so happy you could make it tonight. I'm going to wipe that off. I wash my hands a lot. I showered earlier today. I'm 52. And because I work in the world of health and beauty and wellness and I educate, I take very good care of my skin. And even though I do, you can see the demarcation of the fact that I needed to exfoliate. Look at my fingers compared to my hand. So exfoliation is a non-negotiable if you want if you want smooth, healthy, radiant, beautiful skin, and if you want to absorb the great ingredients and all the body products, start exfoliating. It's going to amplify the experience. And then Golden Tan Serum. So if you're looking for an even glowing tan, to me, the prerequisite for that is definitely to make sure that you're properly exfoliated. And if you can't afford to get like a scrub right now, you can use a washcloth. There are other ways that you can do it. You can buy, some of the little exfoliating gloves, but this is a very lovely experience if you can afford it. This is great. I love this product. With self-tanners, it's a sample, so I'm gonna open it. With self-tanners, the downside to them is they stink. They just smell bad. And when you start to sweat, they smell even worse. And I swear, it's the toxic ingredients in a lot of them that make me sweat. Tell me if you've had that experience where like you put a self tanner on and you go to bed and you think, okay, I'd never sweat like I'm sweating right now. Like, why am I sweating like this? A lot of times it's the toxic ingredients. It's the chemicals in the product that's helping. So, oh, Radiant Squash says, I've used the Golden Tanning Serum and the Healthy Glow Lotion on my face. There are no breakouts, no problems, and it looks great. I've used this on my face as well, and I also have not had any problems with it at all. I love this product. It's really, really, really nice. So the active ingredients, first of all, there are sugar peptides in this, and the sugar peptides are going to help to support your skin after it begins to change color. Because what this is going to do, the active ingredient in this is a monk pepperberry, and that comes from French Polynesia, and that is the tanning agent in it. So the other ingredients that support it is a sugar peptide that's going to help to support the bronze healthy color that you achieve once you get it. And then there is an acetyl tyrosine in it. That's an amino acid that's great for the skin. And this amino acid helps to naturally boost the suntan's booster. So it helps to amplify and boost it. You should say other tanners, like Caroline used to say. I don't care for the smell of it, but it really is a nice tan. Why are you raising this tanner like it's toxic and it doesn't? Why are you raising? This one? No, I don't think it's toxic, and it doesn't it's not toxic, and it doesn't stink. It smells great. Like when you put this on, it's cocoa mango and it smells incredible. Like I love how this product smells. It gives a beautiful, even tan because of the monk pepperberry. And again, that comes from French Polynesia. And then it's got a lot of other supporting agents that are going to help once you get that tan and you get that color. It's going to help to maintain the even tone. Now, if you, right here, if you're not using scrubs, what can happen is it can be a little bit blotchy, and you're going to hit different patches. And if your goal is to have a very even tone to them, then it's best for you to go ahead and use a scrub. Lots of you on here are saying, oh, got it. Sell Cookie, the way you explained it was as if you were saying this tanner makes you sweat. No, I was saying other tanners I've used, self tanners in the past. That was the beginning. So yes, no, this one does not. No. And the toxic ingredients in those other tanners were making me sweat. So I was just wondering if you've had that experience with other tanners. So thank you for asking that question so that I could clarify. Shannon, I wish that I had traveled to French Polynesia. I haven't. I certainly wish. I wish that I would have. But this product, if you're looking for something that delivers a beautiful golden glow, it does not make everybody look the same color because it's going to react to your body's pH. So what this is going to do is intensify your body's natural depth of color. It's not adding to a bright orange. So there's several different ways that different tanners and different ingredients can help to activate your body getting self-tan. And we've come a long way in that industry with exactly how these work. So this one is excellent. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's one of the best I've ever used. It is certainly miles ahead of any other clean brand self-tanner that I've used. There's been some others throughout my tanning years and my years as a television host that I used that weren't Clean Beauty that I also thought very highly of. But once I made a decision to switch to Clean Beauty, and this is also certified toxic free, this one is great. You don't need a lot of it. It's gradual. It builds naturally. Let me just make sure that I got all the information for you. This bottle is going to last a very long time. I shake it very, very well each time I use it. Skin is our body's it's our body's biggest organ. So for us to think that the things that we put on our skin don't affect what's happening under our skin is just, we know now that it does. And that's why a lot of us are choosing Suzanne's brand. All right. That, unless you have questions, The Bell Self Tanner I've used. Yep, a lot of you are saying yes. Looks amazing. Sounds delightful. Add it to the bioactive moisturizer. That's a great idea. Yeah. The color on this is so beautiful and natural. And I've also found that it fades really evenly. Now, that could be a product of exfoliating and moisturizing my skin, or it could just be a really killer product. But either way, it fades very naturally. Do you put tanner on before or after lotion? Rhonda, that's a great question. Me personally, I shower, scrub, get out, pat dry. What's left behind from the scrub is enough hydration that when I use this, I don't apply a moisturizer before. Part of the reason I don't is because I want as much of this product to get on my skin and grip and absorb into my skin. And when you apply a moisturizer and then your tanner, what that can do is it can dilute the tanner in different spaces. So your tan may not be as even. And it's also diluting the efficacy of this product. So if you feel really ashy and super dry, like elbows, knees, feet, things like that, you can do a light layer of moisturization, but I wouldn't moisturize and then do a layer of this. And remember, there are a lot of ingredients in this as well. There's aloe vera, green tea. It's packed with argan oil and coconut oil. So this on its own is also very moisturizing. Suzanne would always say it makes you the color you are supposed to be. Yep, that's exactly it. It reacts to your body's pH and it gives you that beautiful natural glow. I love it. That's a beautiful way to say it. A lot of you are now jumping in too and saying, I don't apply lotion. Salt Cookie says you can mix it with the lotion, and you can, but now keep in mind, as you mix it with that lotion and the amount of product that your body is going to absorb, you are going to dilute the depth of it. So if you want to use it for maintenance, like there's a lot of companies that do like a maintenance formula, like I think I can just say Jergens did it. They've got a self tanner, and then they've got like a lotion that also has self tanner in it. So if you want to take a pump of this into your daily moisturizer and just use it, to kind of maintain the color, perfect. If you want to change your color, I would use it full force, but that is a great idea. I use acai scrub before the self tanner or golden shimmer for healthy glow, just my preference, because that's what Suzanne did. Yes. She's so beautiful. Her skin too was just incredible. Use lotion after to ensure that it's even. Somebody says, Caroline said you can mix it. You can. You absolutely can mix it. If you want to get a deeper tan quickly, use more of this. If you want to maintain a tan or take a gradual approach, you can mix it with moisturizers. And that's the difference. So yes, Healthy Glow body lotion. Her body lotions do smell great, for sure. Lots of you are jumping in and answering. Yes, thank you. Everyone's going to get individualized results. Yes. Okay. What else? Lip cream. Just when I thought that I knew or I had heard almost every beauty fact out there, when I was researching this product and when I first started using it, I learned something new. Didn't know this. So I'm going to read this because I want to make sure that I get the verbiage right on it. Hyaluronic acid. I'd never heard this before and I did not know it. It's $27.99 and it works great. And I'll tell you all about it in a second. But this is what blew my mind because after this many years, I thought I would have heard it by now. Our body's natural supply decreases over time. And by the age of 50, most people have lost 50% of their own hyaluronic acid. I knew about ceramides. I knew about all of the other things that our bodies naturally were losing. I had never heard that our bodies lose 50% of our natural hyaluronic acid. So it's a wonder that as we age, it shows up in the lip area. Because when you look at younger lips and younger people, they've got like plushy, soft, beautiful, youthful looking lips. And then as we age, they pucker. We develop the laugh lines. It's not just from muscles, but it's also from the breakdown of collagen, the breakdown of elastin, the loss of hydration, the weight of the collapse of the muscles. There's a lot of reasons that we age around the mouth. But the thing that I did not know is that we lose 50% of our hyaluronic acid. And that made me think of everything for my skin. I was like, wow, no wonder I need so much more. It's not just I'm not naturally exfoliating, but I need to add more. So this has the advanced biomimetic peptides. They mimic youthful skin by providing natural structure and support. It activates natural skin rejuvenation, helping to restore youthful expression by plumping those lines and helping to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So this is not just for the lips. It's actually from the nose. So if you've got marionette lines, you can use this. Think of like a mask. You can use it anywhere and work it in. And what you're going to be delivering is, the hyaluronic acids and, of course, the biomimetic peptides. And it's a great beauty treatment. And there's great reviews online about it. I think everything in the show tonight has incredible customer choice reviews. This was one I didn't have a lot of experience with. I've used it month and a half probably, and I think it's great. And I love it. So I was excited to tell you about it. You can take about that much. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. Somebody saying it's rich. Yep. Chili mango, it is rich. Definitely. I definitely need help with lip area. Thank you. Use the lips, the scrub first and then the lip cream. Yes, great. Hi, Shelly. Welcome to the room. And as far as application, around the lips or on the lips, I just get sloppy. Like I go ahead and put it on, rub it in. And then if I'm going to use it from like nose to mouth lines and those areas, I just take and pat it. And pat it in. It feels great. I love it. It's a nice little luxury product. A very little bit goes a long way. I just did like a pump and a half and like I feel it. And did you also know that hyaluronic acid binds 1,000 times its weight in moisture? So when you start to use hyaluronic acid, like in case you can't tell by my hair right now, it's raining outside here in Minnesota. And so there's a ton of humidity. My hair gets really frizzy. I have naturally curly hair. Hyaluronic acid not only binds and holds 1,000 times its weight in moisture, but it helps to draw humectants and draw moisture in from the air as well. So if you live like in Florida, you've got a really beautiful, lush, humid climate. This is going to help draw that extra moisture in. Okay, so that's the lip cream. Now, I want to update everyone on Growback really quickly. It is 50% off. Lots of great sales stuff online. Talked earlier about how I feel about talking about the price of things. The price is important, but the main thing that I want to do is educate you. And I'm just not like, I'm never going to be like, go buy this because it's that price. That's not a reason to buy something. You buy something because you love it, not because it's on sale. And if you love something, I get waiting for it to go on sale for sure. But I've been burned way too many times by buying things that are on sale just because they were on sale. And then I'm like, if I would have just waited and understood better, I could have saved the money and the time by not wasting it on buying something just because it was on sale. So when you look at Growback, there's several different versions online. The one that we're showing down here right now is 26% off. There's other configurations that have a brush. They have a comb. They have all of these other things. If you go to SuzanneSummers.com, and you're going to see that some of them are like half off. So Vented Brush is incredible. Love it. For me, it helps to circulate that blood flow, massage the scalp, feels incredible, very easy to comb through, even if you've got like coarse hair and it's hard. Here we go. It's a nice brush. Doesn't cause a lot of static, right? Ah, yes. Wisdom says, you guys used to get 30% off weekly. Salty Cookie says, I've been using Growback baby hairs. It is working. Janice says, Growback is amazing. It has helped with the growth of my hair from chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Okay. No, it doesn't pull out your hair. That's great. First of all, Janice, I hope that everything is okay. And I hope that chemotherapy and radiation is something from the past. And if it is not, and if it is currently still there, my thoughts and prayers go out to you. So I'll be thinking of you on that. Active T says, I may just try some of these. I've never ordered, but there are great recommendations and reviews from everyone. This in particular has incredible reviews. And I could come back and do a full hour on Growback again. Let me know if you guys want that. But I wanted to come back and just touch base on it because I've now been using it for enough time for me to really see the results. And I got my hair colored 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. And the first thing that my stylist said is, what are you doing? Because I didn't tell her that I was changing anything. I said, what do you mean? And she said, your hair feels great. The texture is more smooth, the cuticle, like it's more calm. There is a thickness to the roots of my hair. And so I've told you all, or maybe you haven't all heard this. I have hair extensions and I've had them for many, many years. I worked on television, and when you are backlit, many people in that industry wear hair extensions because it's really hard to naturally have thick enough hair to look good on TV. I went through some things personally several years ago that caused me to have a lot of hair loss. It was a divorce. I'll just tell you guys because I've told you that. And my hair, what was happening was my hair was breaking. And it didn't matter what I did for my natural hair. So I was using my extensions still, but I was trying to get away from them and not have them, and watching the length and the health of my own hair. Consistently, my own hair kind of stayed at this point and then would just naturally break off. So this is the longest, and you can see the thickness up here for my hair is the longest my natural hair has been in a very, very long time. And the only thing that I've changed is Growback. I have a lot of baby hairs growing. Growback is the best hair and scalp. Betty, yeah, thank you. It's incredible. Like, it is absolutely incredible. And thank you for sharing your journey on your health with all of us. I appreciate that. I'm seeing lots of updates. One day at a time. Yeah. Boy, one day at a time. My son's really open about this, so I can be open with you all. I have a son that's in recovery, and that's a saying that's really familiar to us. One day at a time. Definitely supporting him in that journey, and then the families of as well. But I want to get back to Growback really quickly. Otherwise, I just sit and visit because I love talking to all of you. So that's the longest my natural hair has been in a very, very long time. And there's a distinct difference between the base of my hair and the ends of my hair. And when I get close, like you guys can see, there's a density like up here. I've got a whole other, and like everybody's got their specific challenge areas. My challenge areas are the sides of my head. And you know why? Because I wore and still wear extensions. And so when I was going through changes, due to age, thyroid, cortisol, stress, I'm not ashamed to say, depression, anxiety, things like that affect us when we're going through monumental life changes also affect our hair. Our hormones can change. They do change. Our hormones do change. Medications can change it. Diet can change it. There's so many things that can change it. So what this does, there's a lot of other products out there that will use chemicals to help to reactivate dormant cells in our body. Like our skin, our hair goes dormant. There's 3 different phases of your hair. There's growth, there's shed, and then there's dormant. there's rest to prepare for the growth, right? So what we do is we are using plant-based ingredients that help to reactivate that dormant portion and to shorten the time in which we spend in that resting phase. Because when we're younger, we spend less time in the resting phase. So our hair grows faster, thicker, healthier, shinier, all of those things. As we age, it's very naturally occurring that that phase changes for time. So what this does with plant stem cells and natural ingredients is it kickstarts and it boosts that phase back up to a more productive speed and pace. Now, it's hard to say, like, does this work for everybody? You know, it depends on the type of hair loss that you have. Men, for example, oftentimes will have male pattern baldness, and that is a dead follicle. That's a dead follicle. This can't bring back a dead follicle. A topical ingredient cannot restore a dead follicle. That's why there's hair transplants and treatments like that. But what this will do is if it's gone dormant, if your hair is thin, breaking, shedding, you've got patches, excuse me. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, it got away. Sorry. What it can do is shorten that dormant phase. So it boosts it. It has you holding on to that healthy hair for longer. It's going to help to thicken and restore and support the health of your hair follicle. And over time, that becomes thicker, healthier, shiny hair. And that's the way the product works. You get it in 3-month supplies, shake it, and it is dosed to use a couple dropperfuls a day. It did take 3 months for me. I saw things, but before I was like, okay, wait, I've got like a lot of little babies and I've got areas that were patchy that are not as patchy. And to, you know, just some of the areas that I wore extensions for a really long time became like I think I killed some of the follicles because that hair was so stressed by the weight of them. So what you do is you apply it. This is important. Massage it. Spend some time. Let this be your relaxation. Light your jasmine candle or your gardenia candle. Did y'all get your candles yet? I've been burning mine. They smell incredible. You want to really let it work because if you think of scalp, you know, healthy hair grows from a healthy scalp, and we touch and exfoliate so many parts of our bodies, but our scalp, other than a quick like, we're not exfoliating it as much. So this helps to recirculate. It helps to restore blood flow. It helps me also for an even distribution of the product. Boy, it's going to be a good hair day after I'm done with this show. And so that's how that works. Oh my goodness, where are we? No, it's already time to go. Really? I want to stay for a couple more minutes and chat because there were so many things I wanted to tell you about. So if you've got to go, I get it. Usually I'm only here for an hour. Thank you for coming. And I'll try to get in and update my schedule. I know that it's been hard to know, like, when are they happening? We're working around multiple people's schedules to make these lives happen. So that's just something that, depending on what happens, I'm kind of thinking about doing like static show, like same night, same day, all of that. And that's something that I'm in the process of working on. But I want to just quickly go back and say all of Suzanne's products are a beautiful way to take care of. Yes, Janice. She said she can't guarantee the only, yep, that's chili mango, same. And I watched her journey and I watched like the breakage point and the length of her hair. And yes. Oh, Lively Flower, thank you. That's such a kind thing for you to say. I really, really appreciate that. You have to be consistent with Grow Back to see results. Isn't that the truth about everything? I am not good at some self-care. Like brushing my teeth, obviously. At my age, you'd hope you're good at that, right? But like other areas of self-care, I get all excited and I buy a product and then I'm like, well, that product didn't work. And then I realized, well, you only used it 3 times, Heather. How did you think it was going to work? So yes, consistency is key, especially with this. It's very, very, very key. Rare Fondue. I've been using Grow Back for a while. My hair is really thick and it's gotten so much longer. I'm experiencing the same thing. Now, length, I haven't been using it long enough for like me to see this dramatic change in length. But like what I've really noticed is this. Nope, my family knows I'm done working. They're starting to text me. So look at my hair, and then look at this, and then look down here. So there is a thickness, like the base of my hair, and this is my personal experience, not any medical claim. I would say that my hair is at least a third, if not 50% more dense feeling than it was. So that's a big change from top to bottom there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Small Lemon, I learned a lot tonight. Thank you. I'm glad that you did. I learned something too. When I found out that we lose 50% of our, I was like, wow, I have not heard that. Yes, it's a learning process, Janice. You guys are really wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate the time that I have with all of you each week. And I am going to be back next week. I'm going to have 2 shows. Oh, this week. So glad I remembered this at the end. This week, I only have 1 show because Fridays are already pre-scheduled. And I know that the girls, like, you love them. They love doing it. So my schedule this week only gave me this night that I was available. I actually made a mistake. I helped chaperone a birthday party. My best friend's daughter turned 13, and there was a Bruno Mars concert, and she asked me like 2 months ago if I would help chaperone. It was 8 13-year-olds to a concert. And I thought it was on Saturday, and I had it written down in my schedule and everything, and it turned out that it was on Wednesday. So I had to reach out to the company and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I totally misread the date. So I apologize that I wasn't able to be here yesterday, but I committed to her so long ago. And it was just one of those things where I was like, shoot, I can't believe I remembered that the wrong way. But I really, really, thank you guys. Thank you all. You guys are so sweet. Oh, you guys are all wonderful. Thank you. I love spending my time with you. I'm only here once this week. I'm coming back, and I will be back with you all early in the week. So I can't wait to chat with everybody again. Have a great evening. Coupon code Heather15 if you've not used it. Bye.